Welcome to level 190 of Club Nintendo. I'm Tim. We're joined by everyone today. How's it going, John?
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Hey, it's been a bit. Not much. Lot of stuff to catch up on, but we'll do some E3 talk today. I think.
Cool. Let's. I'm ready. My body's ready.
Body's ready. Oh, Reggie left by the past couple months that
Did he?
we've not
What?
been here.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good.
Is your body ready?
My body is feeling terrible right now. I'm
Aw.
pretty sure. I just got back from a flight a few days ago, and it was terrible. It was one of the most terrible flying experiences of my life. And now I think I'm coming down with something from being stuck in an airport for a few days.
That'll do it to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we no longer have Reggie, and instead, let's just dive right into it. So we're gonna talk all about E3 today, and yeah, we're excited to do that. Bowser got his introduction, which I loved how they did, and I thought that was a fitting way to kick off his public debut with Nintendo.
It's so weird how his name's Bowser. I'm just gonna say it. Like,
It is weird.
what are the chances of that?
Like, was he any? Would he be promoted in any way because of his name being Bowser?
I bet you there was some bias. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, if it came down to him and one other guy, you know he's gonna get the job.
Yeah, for real. Like, who are you gonna promote? Like Larry or Bowser?
Right. Oh gosh. Yeah.
I've read up a little bit on him. He seems, he's been with Nintendo a while, and he seems like a pretty, he's a gamer himself. So he seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's getting into the fun spirit of what that job can entail.
It's hard to replace Reggie. I mean, you kind of.
It is. Yeah.
He's been there for so long now. It's you're so used to seeing him.
He ended on a high note with the Switch, thankfully, and not the Wii U.
Yeah, that would have been like, hey guys, see you later.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
So one thing I want to dive into before the actual announcements of E3 is the final Splatfest for Splatoon 2 has been announced. Do you have feels on this, John?
It's going on right now.
Oh, it's this weekend.
Yeah, it's 72 hours. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going on now. I'm okay with it.
So yeah, I got to test this out.
Splatfest,
the last one.
Like, you can't play ranked during Splatfest, so for me, it's always like this bittersweet thing. You get a bunch of rewards at the end, but you kind of have to you have to play Turf War, so it's kind of like, yeah.
Is the music amazing?
Music's always good, and they always have these things called shifty stages or shifty station stages, where they're kind of just like stages they build just for Splatfest. They always get pretty creative with those, which is it's cool.
And they're doing a bunch of them this weekend, right? It's all the stages.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. But it's 3 days, so I'm sure they're shifting through a lot of stages.
And after this finishes, I believe in just friend play, you'll be able to select these cool stages that you could only play in Splatfest.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So here's the verbiage. The previous 23 stages will surface in constantly shifting rotation for the first 48 hours, with a new stage making its debut for the final 24-hour period. Special in-game gear distributed, all that kind of stuff. And then later in July, 5.0 will add Turf War Splatfest to the modes players can select in private mode. The new mode will allow players to enjoy Turf War on 24 stages at night time, including the new Shifty Station stage.
Oh, cool.
Do you think we'll get Splatoon 3 in the Switch's lifetime, or is this will be Switch 2 kind of thing?
I think, yeah, we will. I think we will. I'm honestly kind of surprised we didn't see it at E3. It only took 2 years between the first Splatoon and Splatoon 2, so it's been 2 years already. So
it's true. Get the new system launched that kind of probably
I guess
wanted to push it faster.
Yeah, I guess that probably made them kind of do it faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it.
So where do you want to go biggest announcements to not so big, or how do you want to approach this here?
Let's just go through the list of the games.
Okay, let's do it. First, the biggest news: Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is coming to Switch.
All 9 movies.
All 9 movies. Bring it.
Wow.
Let's do it.
That's got to be a long game, right?
Yeah, it's got to be like a 200-hour game, or it's really abbreviated and like.
Yeah.
Anakin, you play as it's a Skywalker Saga. So I mean, you play as Kid Anakin, doing a pod race. Then you jump to him being all crazy and getting burnt up. And I don't know.
This isn't exclusive though,
Oh,
right?
it's not.
Yeah.
I just was thinking. I want to see Anakin as a Lego melting, becoming Darth Vader.
Like,
he
burning on
melts.
fire, like melting.
Yeah, he's like melting
That's pretty
and like
sick.
in episode 3 he melts. Well, he burns, but you know.
It's
Anyways.
rated E, I think. These games, Tim.
Is melting plastic really a violent act? I mean,
Is he like screaming while it's happening?
yeah, he is a little bit.
Like pretty upset, I think, about the whole thing.
He's not too thrilled that. Yeah, no.
I don't think we've gotten all the Lego games have come to Switch, right? I don't think they've missed any.
Pretty much, to my knowledge, yeah.
So,
It's pretty cool.
not shocking we got this, but it's cool.
And then just quickly, Bethesda, we're getting Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood, as well as Blades, all coming to Switch. So I'm excited for especially Wolfenstein and Doom Eternal. Those both look fantastic, and having them on the go will be great. They obviously won't be as graphically friendly as PS4 and Xbox One, but the previous games were reported really well. I do like the gyro aiming, and I'm sure those will be in there. Yeah.
Well, we haven't talked, but Mortal Kombat 11, which came out a month or two ago, actually has its own clock speed for the Switch. Like they did some digging, and it seems like Nintendo was allowing them to actually run at a higher clock speed. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wolfenstein or Doom gets a higher clock speed, just to let it run better.
In handheld mode, so it's like sucking up more battery.
It's probably sucking more battery. I think it's even in docked mode. They got a little boost too. They're doing it for. I know Mario, Zelda both kind of got that same boost, and they're allowing, I guess, some select third-party games to do that as well.
Yeah, I picked up Assassin's Creed 3 for Switch. I've never played it before.
That's on Switch.
It's on Switch now.
When did that happen?
Got a remaster.
When did that happen?
It's like a month old at this point.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And it sucks the battery out really fast, but I'm enjoying it. I've never played it docked, but just in the handheld traveling and stuff, and it's really fun. This came out during the Wii U generation. I own it on Wii U. It's still in the shrink wrap, I believe.
All of your other Wii U games.
Hey, I've played a lot of Wii U games.
That's the one. That's the one with like the Revolution, right?
Yeah, and you encounter like a lot of people in American history that you'll be familiar with.
Ben Franklin.
You do, yeah. And it's in Boston, which I love Boston. You know, living in New Hampshire for so long. So, yeah, that game's I'm enjoying quite a bit.
Cool.
Anyways, moving on. Then Blades, it's like a mobile game, but it's coming to Switch with like motion controls. I don't know.
It's super like a pay to play. Really, it's a cool concept, but it like once you get about like an hour into it, you realize that you really have to pay to like keep playing the game.
And it's free to download, so I guess I'll play an hour then stop. I guess
there
that's
you go.
what we'll do. Okay.
What did they say if the Switch version's free? Because
They did. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I almost rather them make it just like $10 or $20 and then
Yeah, me too.
just let you play the whole game.
That would be nice. Anything else from Bethesda? You guys good?
Good.
No,
Very quickly, Ubisoft Just Dance 2020 is coming to the original Wii this November.
okay.
Not the Wii U, also the Switch. So bye-bye Wii U. And then there's a new Breath of the Wild kind of looking open world adventure, gods and monsters with some mythology kind of intermixed. It looks kind of interesting. That's coming out next February, I believe. So that one piqued my interest. But no Mario Rabbids sequel, no really big Nintendo tie-in, just a bunch of cross-platform stuff from Ubisoft. And
Is that the
then
only thing we saw from Ubisoft? I feel like that's it. Okay.
there was a rollerblading thing, but no platforms were announced for that.
Okay. I'm still mad Steep isn't coming, but whatever.
Yeah, what the hell? I want my Steep.
How can Doom run on the Switch but not Steep?
They just need to hire the Bethesda porters.
It's crazy. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I'm angry there's no Call of Duty this year. It's like, give me a Call of Duty on Switch. It was on the Wii U. You can do it. You can do it, guys. Give me at least an old game that's like remastered for Switch. Something. I want some kind of Call of Duty.
There's a lot of actually third-party first-person shooters, I think, on there, like indie kind of ones that might be just as good as Call of Duty is now.
Yeah, I was looking into some of those, but the frame rate is pretty terrible.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They seem like a mobile port.
They kind of
Yeah.
That's fair. How's the frame rate in Assassin's Creed?
I'm not noticing it being bad. I'm sure people that are into that would mind. I haven't played Docked either. I hear Docked is a little bit more noticeable.
I mean, is it smooth? Like, do you notice any like?
Yeah, it's smooth for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Sucks the battery dry, but it's smooth for what I've noticed so far. And I'm fairly far into the game. I think around 30 hours or so. I beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's a much different experience from 3. And I hear that game is streamable on Switch if you're in Japan or something. It's weird. Yeah. Anyways,
I played that maybe like 20 hours on my PC, and I've stopped. So.
Yeah, I think I put like 100 hours into that one. That was a big investment there. That one. I mostly played streaming onto an iPad with their new Remote Play app for iOS, which was kind of cool. So I could do it while watching TV at night or something. Okay, let's dive into the proper Nintendo Direct news. First up on my list, Daemon X Machina, September 13th. We've got a release date. Not really interested in this quite yet.
The game looks really cool, but from like the demo and all of like what I saw from that, the frame rate drops to like below 20 a lot of the time, and so I don't think it's really going to be that playable unless they fix that.
Handheld or docked? Did it show or? Okay.
Yeah.
When's that come out?
September 13th.
You got time to hopefully.
Some optimizations there, yeah. The game that I would have hoped would have been awesome, but has not been getting good reviews at E3 with the playtest has been Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is due out July 19th. This one may be a dud, sadly.
Oh, that stinks.
I thought it looked really cool when I saw the trailer, and then just hearing what everyone has to say about it, I'm like, all right, I guess it's going to be terrible. I don't know.
I want it to be good.
Yeah, me too.
I think it could be good if you're in for a mindless game, maybe. Like, I don't know. It's not going to be something really deep and awesome like Spider-Man, though.
Maybe that's all it's supposed to be, you know? Just
yeah.
Mindless. It stinks that if it's not good because it's, it's an exclusive, so it kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think the Avengers game got that very good reviews either from people that saw it there. No one coming out for next year.
They announced those expansions for Avengers, right? You can get X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that, right?
Yeah, if you pre-order, right?
Pre-order, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know. I'll wait to see how reviews are before I get this one. But July is very soon. Something that kind of piqued my interest was Empire of Sin, which is next year.
That looked interesting.
So,
I have no idea what it is. It looks like a gangster kind of, I don't know, strategy game. What's going on here?
Yeah, it looks kind of like you're like a mafia gangster or something. But it's like a top-down kind of strategy game.
It's top down. They kind of showed a map of the city in kind of like this geometrical way, like you're going to be, kind of like using that as part of the, as part of the gameplay. It was like 15 seconds worth of game.
Yeah, it's set in 1920 Chicago. Players build their own empires, one of 14 distinct bosses, and randomly generating starting conditions. So you build a crime empire, defend and expand your territory. Yeah, I want to know more about this. This looked intriguing.
Sounds pretty cool. The randomly generated starting situation. Yeah.
Do you think
that
this will have a story, right? From what I could tell in the trailer, or no?
I think it's like I said. I don't think
just like a general story, and then it's kind of like, it'll be unique to your playthrough because it'll be like randomly generated.
Gotcha.
Or like the level design. I don't know. This is just what I'm getting this.
I was more thinking like randomly generated, like your Sim City like stuff is randomly generated, like the layout. I don't know.
Yeah.
I so wish EA would do like remasters of all the Sim games to bring the Switch. I want like SimCopter and like the whole era of Sim games from the 90s. That would be so wonderful.
I want Roller Coaster Tycoon, like the classic on my Switch.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I have it on my iPad, so I really shouldn't complain because it's just as good there. But
yeah. So I want to dive a little bit into Pokemon Sword and Shield. There was a direct about this prior to E3. The new news out of E3 is the Pokeball Plus controller will let you carry a Pokemon, but you can't use it as a controller. I really wish they would have figured that part out, because I really did enjoy playing the Let's Go game with that as the controller. It was nice to just have one hand, control and be free with the other one.
Yeah, but Tim, can't you control the camera now in this new Pokemon game? So
give me a less controllable version when I have that as my controller. I think there are options, or you could be moving your hand and gyro control the camera.
Trying to move away from all this old Pokemon stuff.
I want both. Oh gosh, I guess we'll get a Let's Go, whatever the next year. That's like the next generation, I'd imagine.
What, a Gold and Silver Let's Go?
Yeah, I think that'll probably happen.
Yeah, it sold well enough.
But we got a release date in the Direct for Pokemon. It's November. It's on from me. It's November or something.
16th? 26th, something like that.
Yeah, it's the Thursday or Friday, the Friday before Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this will sell like gangbusters. During E3, it was added to the list of vouchers you can get. So for $100, you can get 2 first-party Nintendo games, and now you can get the Pokemon games as part of that. So you can get Mario Maker and like the Pokemon game for $100 digitally, which is a good deal.
I like how there's free roaming Pokemon in this, but it's not like they are in Go. It's kind of like it's a little different.
But there's both, right?
There's both, yeah. It's in certain areas, but you can when you see a Pokemon in the wild, you don't get like bombarded by it. You don't get thrown into battle. You just see like a little exclamation point like in the grass, and you can choose to go and see what it is. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, I think.
And you can like whistle, and different Pokemon will be attracted by different whistles and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool. And there's weather, and there's the weather effects which Pokemon are showing up, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, everything we saw looked pretty great. It's going to be an evolution of the 3DS. Like, it's not something, like, crazy different, but it does look like some nice step forwards. And as far as the full Pokedex, I heard some things about it not being available at all. Yeah, is this, like, after you finish the main game, is it then going to be available? Is it, like, one of those, like, gates?
Apparently, only Pokemon that are in this game you'll be able to get in this game. They won't let you trade from like your bank or whatever.
Because they announced support of this new Pokemon Online. They're able to pull all your stuff in from the bank that's supported with Sword and Shield. So even if you have stuff in your new online account.
Yeah, apparently it's an asset thing. They said they don't have assets for all all 1,000 Pokemon, which there are now. There's over 1,000 apparently. They only have the assets for the ones they're putting in Sword and Shield. So they literally, I think they announced that you won't be able to get, unless it's in Sword and Shield, you won't be able to get into your game.
Are they not? Aren't they? Don't they have the 3DS models, and aren't these just like re-renderings of that? Are they really redrawing every Pokemon from scratch?
That's what they made it sound like.
Yeah, these look very different. I don't know.
Huh.
To me.
And a lot of Pokemon fans. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I do think that this will come later. I think that they'll, maybe like a year or so from now, or like after the game comes out, we'll probably have them all in there.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of Pokemon fans were upset because one of the reasons, we used to complain about the frame rate in battles and stuff with the Pokemon. Well, apparently they're using really high poly count Pokemon to quote unquote future-proof them, and now they're announcing that they don't have any of the old assets in this game, and people are like flipping out online because
I mean, I have a complete Pokedex, and it'll be sad not to have all of my Pavilions in this game.
Oh gosh,
all the 18 varieties of Pavilions, or whatever there are.
Yeah, I think there'll be an update. I mean, that's just, especially after the outcry.
Hire some full-time artists to just draw Pokemon all day long.
And they got to be working on it already, because if not this one, then the next game's gonna, they can't put this off forever.
No, certainly not. Anything else on Pokemon?
I don't know how I feel about these mega giant Pokemon things.
It seems like a more scalable approach than the mega different evolutions for Pokemon that are special to only a few.
That's good, because I wasn't a big fan of the mega evolutions, but
do you think we'll have mega giants?
Oh god, it just seems like it's not adding much, and it's more cognitive load on your game. On your. I'll have to see it in person and see how.
I mean, it looks bonkers.
It looks just weird.
Yeah. Did as far as Sword or Shield, did the trailer sell you on Sword or Shield as far as which design you like better?
I had already chose to go for a sword because a sword is a shield, and I feel like it's kind of redundant. So
you could also bash people with the shield, and that hurts too.
Yeah,
though.
but it's not a sword. So the sword is a shield. I mean, it's both. So yeah,
I gotta say the shield Pokemon I think looks better.
They look the same.
I mean, the shield one.
One was like red and one was like blue. I feel like.
Well, one had a sword coming out of its head, and one's like, I don't know.
But underneath, like all the metal, I feel like they're the same like animal. They're the same.
Yeah, that could
There's gonna be some story about like they were brother and sister, and they got like one chose sword and one chose shield.
I feel like it'd be a more painful existence being shield. Like you're not fitting through doorways as easily. Your peripheral vision's probably a little messed up.
I don't know. They seem pretty agile in that video.
It's true. But anyways, yeah, I'm excited. Should be good. Excited for more Pokemon. A real Pokemon game, as I say, even though I like Let's Go.
So I'm looking at a little screen cap here. There's not a sword coming out of its head. He's holding the sword in his mouth.
In its mouth, right? Yeah.
Is that what it is?
The other one is actually a shield, like built into its chest.
Like a turtle. Weird. No, it's like a shield turtle.
I do love turtles. I love a good turtle Pokemon. They're my favorite.
They did show that new turtle Pokemon. Didn't they show that Pokemon with like
a
giant
jaw?
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it again here. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. And then did you guys see Detective Pikachu just very quickly?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I enjoyed it.
I have a list of movies that I haven't seen yet, and that's like at the bottom.
Okay. Hey, it'll be good when it comes out on home video. No More Heroes 3 is coming out next year.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with this? I have no relationship with this series.
The game's by Suda51, who's I know him for these games because this No More Heroes, the first one came out on Wii. You play as Travis Touchdown, which is kind of like this punk hipster kid who plays a lot of video games. And the cool thing is he gets this laser sword. And the whole first game, I never played the second one, but the whole first game, you're literally just running around slashing people up with this laser sword. Use kind of the motion controls, and it was a lot of fun. Like the graphics had a really cool art design. When you cut through people, blood spewed everywhere.
Violent Star Wars.
Yeah, it's kind of like a violent style Star Wars. I was kind of bugged in this trailer because when he was slashing with the sword, you didn't get that great like blood spewing. Like I like if you don't have kids around, you should totally go to YouTube and just like search like No More Heroes sword.
So it's been like 10 years since the last one too, right? It's been a while.
Yeah, the second one was on Xbox 360, I think. I think this would be a good opportunity for them to bring the first two like back on Switch. They could do the motion controls if they wanted pretty easily.
Yeah.
Or just map it to buttons. But I'm looking. They're fun action games. They're not too long, but they're satisfying. Like you just feel like action games are I think at the best when you feel like you're really tearing through people and you feel like you're accomplishing a good bit of that. So it's
Fun.
good.
Yeah,
like
cool.
I like it.
Yeah, that sounds like right up my alley. Like a good slashing
It's
game
got a
with
good
laser
pace.
swords.
It's got a good pace too. You're constantly moving through stuff, which I like in action games.
It's not parkour, right?
No.
Okay. Next up, is this perhaps the first good Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games game?
No.
No?
Never gonna be a good one.
I mean, people seemed pretty interested in what they were showing off here.
It has more interesting sports.
It does.
like fencing and surfing,
Mm-hmm.
and even skateboarding, and I think I saw rock climbing in there.
Yeah, rock
So
climbing.
that's cool.
It seems like Sonic has an unfair advantage at track and running. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Eggman probably has a disadvantage of like everything.
You get to see Dr. Eggman shirtless in this game. It's something we've always wanted to see, right? I mean, yeah.
As long as Sonic doesn't look like he looks like in the movie, I'll be fine.
They're changing him, evidently.
Changing it.
They're making him more realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
Something. I'm looking at screenshots here. There is a screenshot, Tokyo 1964, and the whole game is like rendered in like 2D sprites. So
Yeah.
Mario's NES, Sonic's Genesis, and like that looks pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That was one of the only cool things from this trailer that I saw.
Yeah.
It looks all right. I mean, if you're into these games, I'm sure it'll be about the same.
Yeah, something that was not, I don't believe, in the direct, but I'm very excited for Crash Team Racing, which is out next Friday on Switch. That's pretty awesome. I'm glad we won't have to wait a year like we did for Spyro, which is hitting the Switch this September. So the whole Spyro trilogy is coming to Switch. I've played this on PS4, and it's a lot of fun. Those Spyro games hold up, and they're coming to Switch.
We're also getting Myst on Switch.
Ooh.
The game just never dies.
I've tried to play that game before, and I just can't get into Myst. I don't know.
If you like point and clicks.
I've never enjoyed point and clicks. Those just seem like
well,
a
don't
weird
play
thing. It's like I'm just gonna click everywhere on the screen, hope I hit the right thing.
That's what I did when I was
get a computer automation thing to just like, yeah, move your mouse.
I played it on the Super Nintendo way back in the day.
Okay. But yeah, Spyro coming in September, and Crash Team Racing is also getting a Spyro. What's it say here? Spyro like DLC thing for free. Spyro headed to, as post-launch. Yeah, basically Spyro is coming as DLC to the Switch Crash Team Racing game.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah. And then something kind of out of nowhere, a brand new Contra game that looks horrible.
It looks campy, but it looks like it's one of those games that looks really bad, but it could have really good gameplay. You know, it's like Sarge's team. The Sarge's the Green Army Men games for the N64. They look terrible. I found them fun, but it's, I was shocked to see this.
Yeah. The Contra Collection came out day and date of the Direct, so you can buy for like $20, $15, all of the Contra games. So it includes Contra Arcade, Contra NES, Super Contra, Operation C, Contra 3, the Alien Rebels, and Contra Hard Corps. So a bunch of games. Kind of crazy. I was hoping there'd be like an easy mode, but I guess there are cheat codes I can use to add extra lives. I don't know. These games are tough.
Contra games?
Yeah. They're fun though. I love the music and soundtrack. I've got good memories of playing these as a kid.
They have Super C in there? They have all these?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's like everything.
All right.
It seems legit. We'll probably pick that up at some point.
This is like the second collection because they brought Mana. Secret Mana is getting a collection too.
Out as well. I believe day and date with the Direct, and that one is bringing some games that have never been localized to the States for the first time.
I think it's just one of them.
Just one of them. The third one?
Trials of
Mana, I think,
which was called Seiken Densetsu 3, and I have been waiting my whole life.
Is this like a Mother 3 situation here?
Yes, and it's finally out, and so I think I'm gonna buy it tonight, and that's what I'm gonna be playing this weekend. So
they made like no big. They didn't even make it like a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I was like, "What? You just drop it?" Like, what? I was shocked.
The price was a bit high for me, but I guess if they're doing a localization, it makes sense. It's $40. Is it 40?
Yeah, 40. I think most of that is for like the localization of that third game.
And there's gonna be a limited run physical edition of this on August 27th.
I got to get that too.
That's cool.
So, am I understanding these are like the original Final Fantasy games? Is that at all right?
Yeah, so the first one, it was actually called Final Fantasy Adventure. It was the first Final Fantasy game I ever played, and it's a lot of fun. But they are very different. It's not a turn-based like battle system. It's like you walk up to the enemies and you just fight them in like real time. So more like Chrono Trigger, if you ever played that.
Okay.
Except without the turn-based that's even in that. It's just
what systems were these on?
So the first one, Final Fantasy Adventure, was on the Game Boy. Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana were on Super Nintendo.
Super, yeah.
So the Game Boy one, is that going to look at all okay on Switch?
I think it will. I'm looking at some of the screenshots, and it's just going to be scaled up. I mean, they're just pixels. So
okay, it'll be 4x3, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Which the other two would as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like they have a pretty nice like border for each one. That is like from the game, so that's cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if someone made like a HD LCD that's 4x3 for stuff like this. But yeah, probably not.
And we're also getting what's the other one that comes out next year?
There's like a new Mana game, right?
Trials of Mana. It's the same name. I think it's the same name.
There's Collection of Mana and Trials of Mana.
Okay, so yeah, it's the same game. It looks like it's just like an HD or like a remake of it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if at some point I should probably dig into these, but I'm sure they're big time sucks, right? Or are they not that long?
So, Secret of Mana, I had a friend who we used to like sit down and beat those games in like a weekend, just every once in a while. So, it doesn't take too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Astral Chain coming August 30th. I confuse this one all the time with the other with Daemon X Machina.
With the Gundam game.
Yeah. Platinum Games is behind this, so I typically like what they do. I'm still not sure on this one though.
Just looks like a lot of action,
Yeah, no word about Bayonetta 3 at this direct, so hopefully we hear about it at some point this year. But yeah, that's something coming. Disgaea 4 Complete Plus announced for Switch. It's coming this autumn. So, and I believe we had Disgaea 5 earlier. Is that right? That's on Switch. That was like one of the launch games.
Yeah, that was one of the launch games.
And Disgaea 4 was a 2011 PS3 game originally.
Was that a launch game? I don't remember that.
Yeah, Disgaea 5. If it wasn't a launch game, it certainly came quick after launch.
It was definitely within like the first month or two.
Okay.
I remember wanting to check it out, but I heard that it was just a lot of reading, and I wasn't down for that at the time.
Hey, reading's good sometimes, but we have books for that too, you know.
Yeah.
We had a very odd Resident Evil 5 and 6 trailer because I guess 5 and 6 are not very popular, so they put them in this weird trailer.
They are co-op though, so that's cool.
That is cool, so we can all go to a haunted house and play Resident Evil co-op.
Yeah.
So they're all here, like 1 through 6, right?
Yeah. Do we have 7 yet?
no.
No.
Well,
Is that the one that was VR enabled on PS4? Which one's that?
yeah, I think that was it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
6 is like the last one before the
So-
newest one.
7 is available in Japan.
I have streamed it on my Switch very briefly from Japan. It did not run very well. There's a demo mode on the eShop. Yeah. So, yeah, at some point I'll give 4. I mean, it doesn't sound like they put a ton of work into these remasters. There's no special Switch features at all.
No, it sounds like it's like the PS4 remasters just ported over.
Yeah, I've heard like the Wii version is actually the best version of 4 to play if you're on a Nintendo system.
No, the GameCube version has the best lighting.
Okay.
But yeah, the Wii one has like the
The controls.
best control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear those controls actually work really well on that version.
Yeah, I wish they almost remastered the Wii version, you know. They kind of opened the direct pretty quickly with Luigi's Mansion 3. So oddly, we didn't get a release date except for later this year. One would hope it would be right before Halloween. We did get a very in-depth dive into mechanics that looked like a lot of fun. You can like whack ghosts against other ghosts and hit them. There's Gooigi, which is a bit bizarre.
Like a co-op thing, right?
That it's co-op plus if you're single player, your Luigi will just kind of like turn to a scarecrow while you control Gooigi to solve puzzles. Because Gooigi can go across needles and spikes and stuff. Yeah. The new mechanics looked interesting. It's like, okay, you're building on what you've done in the past because the Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 largely had, I think, pretty similar catching mechanics. There wasn't too much innovation there.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're expanding that quite a
They
bit.
had like 3 or 4. Like one was like Slam. They had that burst one where like
Yeah.
So
And Mario and Peach will be in the castle here at that. I believe you're rescuing. I'd imagine both.
it's a hotel, right?
Hotel, yeah. I mean, Luigi, he doesn't pick good travel agents, I guess. I mean,
Bill Trent did an interview. I forgot I think it was a YouTube channel, but he was talking about how Luigi was a lot more popular among women, and just thought that was interesting. How women, women gamers like Luigi a little bit more than they like Mario. It sounds like
I mean,
based on what they saw,
Mario's very pompous, Luigi's more humble,
I think women just like tall men. I think it just proves it.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's so weird. There's no date. I guess it's just not. They're not sure. Do you think this could be a December title? They're just not ready with it yet.
I don't think it's gonna come out this year.
What else do they have? They have Pokemon
They have Pokemon,
and they have a PAX September. Animal Crossing's 2020 March.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That got delayed.
They got a lot of stuff. They got
I don't
Link's
think we need
Awakening,
much more than
Pokemon.
though, this fall, or this winter.
I feel like we need Luigi's Mansion though. This in October, like they said. But I didn't say October. I'm just hoping it's October.
You're gonna get Alien Isolation.
Yeah, we are. Okay, let's dive in. I'm excited for this. So this, for like 2 seconds, they had this trailer of like all these random games coming, and Alien Isolation pops up there, and I yelped. It's like very excited. There's gonna be gyro aiming and HD rumble, and I love this game. It recreates the atmosphere of the first Alien like nothing ever has before. It's like the perfect Alien game.
So you're gonna get it?
Oh, totally. Yes, definitely. I will
So this
be getting
game, I
this.
think, is actually going to run really well on the Switch. I was messing around with the settings on my PC version, and it's very scalable. Like even on like very low settings, it looks really
Yeah.
good. So
That's good. And like playing this like dark on your bed, like just like it seems like a good environment. You're all scared and holding the Switch, and then you freak out. I don't know. Headphones on.
I'm happy you got it.
I'm so excited because like this is I don't know. It's like every platform should have this game. It's like a work of art, and it's just great. I'm not sure if we get all the DLC. There was like some missions with the original Alien characters and stuff that I'm not sure if we'll get or not.
I think it'll have it. It seems like most of these ports that are coming to Switch nowadays just has all of the like the DLC in it.
Yep.
So.
Okay, good.
Like The Witcher does. The Witcher has all the DLC.
It does, yep. Let's dive into that. So yeah, anyways, I'm excited. Yeah. Anyways, Witcher, all the DLC included. They're gonna fit it entire. And the cool thing is, if you get the physical cartridge, they're opting for the large size 32 gig cartridge. Every bit of content's gonna be on the cartridge. There is no extra download when you pop it in the system. This is awesome. So Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt complete edition coming soon.
Yeah.
I've never played The Witcher 3. This seems like a good platform for it because you can take it with you wherever you go. It's gonna run 540p portable, 720p docked. But yeah,
They announced that in the direct, right? Their resolution, didn't they?
I'm not sure if they did or not.
Or they did. Maybe they didn't. But they've definitely been some people doing analysis, and it looks like it's going to run pretty close to 30 frames locked. Pretty close to it. So it seems like a pretty.
I'm concerned about this though.
Well, I mean, obviously the lighting looks like it's scaled way back. The details are, the anything that's a plant looks like it's a blob. But
yeah, the textures is what's really missing, and I don't know. It just looks like shapes. Like when I saw the horse, it looked like it was one of those claymation horses. It was just kind of
it's got Gumby Witcher.
Yeah. But if this is the only place you can play it,
or I mean, it's a huge game, so if you can't have that much TV time and it needs to be portable, this seems like a good thing.
This seems way more like a portable game, I guess some people only have Switches. I only have a Switch, but if you're gonna play The Witcher, most people are gonna play that on the system. They like a PC, right? Or it's on PlayStation and everything, right?
It is, yeah.
I mean, so even on like my PC, I can't run this game at max setting, and a lot of people I know can't even run it at like high settings with like some really nice PCs. And so I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of scale back.
It's crazy that it's actually coming. Like
yeah. I'm excited. That's big. Another thing that dropped during E3, The Last Remnant, which was Last Remnant Remaster, which was a 360 JRPG. Evidently, the 360 had JRPGs. This one had mixed reviews at launch. I'm not sure. People were very excited about this. I'm not sure if anyone's picking this one up.
I'm excited for it. I have this game on PC. I played it back on the 360. I really like it because it came out before Final Fantasy 13, but in a lot of ways, it's kind of a prequel in the way that the combat system is. And so, yeah, I think it kind of fits with Final Fantasy 12 that came out like a month ago on the Switch. So if you like Final Fantasy 12, this might be a good fit. But the combat is more like you control like units instead of one character at a time. So you just tell like a unit to attack. And yeah, you have to be more strategic.
Okay. A Microsoft partnership. New Super Lucky's Tales coming to the Switch this autumn. So that's cool.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Cuphead's available now.
I'm playing it. Yep,
Ooh, how is that?
it's awesome.
All right, is it?
It's hard.
Super hard. There's no easy. There's no easy mode either.
There's 2 modes. There's like normal and I forgot what they call it, but very hard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was on sale for like $3 off. It's like I'll wait till it's even more off because like I might just get frustrated and put it down.
You definitely could. You definitely have to focus. It's not one of those games you can like casually kind of play.
It's not. There's no Kirby.
No, this is no Kirby, and it's it looks so. I mean, it's animated, literally, so it kind of deceives you, but it's awesome. I'm so happy it's on Switch. Like I didn't think that would actually ever happen, and it did, and it's cool to have handheld. So
Yeah. Now, pretty cool. Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch, which I believe is this the original Ni no Kuni that came out on PS3 originally?
Wait, I totally missed this. I didn't even know this was coming.
Yeah, come on the Switch. 720p at 30 frames a second TV mode, or in handheld mode on the go. It's coming out September 20th,
This game is awesome.
and PS4 and PC are receiving a remaster of the original. So this is the original, right? Wrath of the White Witch.
The original. It's all hand drawn, and it looks amazing.
I have heard amazing things. I heard it's a very sad story and like a really emotional
Yeah.
game. And I heard this is just incredible. People were a bit cooler with Ni no Kuni 2. This one but this one I will be picking up. I've just heard such good things. So, yeah, and on the Switch, that seems like a great fit. Panzer Dragoon. That's coming.
That's weird. It's like a remake. It's a reimagining of an older game. I think for Genesis, was it?
How much? Xbox.
Xbox. What's for Xbox?
Wait. One of the sequels was an Xbox. Sorry.
Okay, I know Sega publishes it.
It's similar to a Star Fox game, from what I hear.
It plays like a Star Fox game with dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this game looked cool, but the one weird thing about it was the sound. So it was like this dragon, but then it made like this laser sound. It was like pew pew. I was like, I don't know about that.
If only they would make a Game of Thrones themed version of this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people could hate the ending.
Exactly.
The last
Exactly.
season.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird.
So that it could be good. I mean, people love those games, from what I understand.
People love dragons.
People do love dragons. I mean, they're great.
Looks cool to me. I might get it.
And then the Direct opened and closed with Smash. The opening, I was less than thrilled that one of my DLC characters is voting to more sword fighty dudes from Dragon Quest, whatever. Is anyone excited about the sword fighty dudes from Dragon Quest: The Heroes?
Yeah, I think it's cool that they're coming to Switch. Because I think that might lead to some more Dragon Quest games coming. So
Yeah, we are getting Dragon Quest 11
Yep.
and Dragon Quest Builders 2. I didn't even know the first did the first Dragon Quest Builders actually come out on Switch? Did it
yeah, it's
ever?
on the Switch. I only played the demo though, but it was still fun.
Okay. So we're getting those. I mean, I know a lot of people like these games. They've been around for a long time. They used to be called what, Dragon Quest or Dragon Warriors. That's I think it was called
Yeah.
back in the NES
Dragon
days.
Warrior. Yeah.
So they've been around a while. So it's cool that they're in there. I think it's definitely more of a Japanese audience will probably appreciate it. But
Yeah.
I heard
Well,
that in Japan they have a holiday when these games come out.
oh,
Work. I don't know if that's
Huh.
true, but yeah.
well, thankfully for us, Americans, we get, the American Banjo Kazooie coming to Switch, Smash. This one I was pretty jazzed about. I didn't think it would happen.
Gonna get Banjo Kazooie. Like,
It's wild.
we're gonna get the first two, I think, on Switch.
I think so too.
I
Oh,
we're
you
gonna-
think so?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get the remakes. Yeah,
These are the 64 games, you mean?
yeah.
right?
They remaster them for Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the replay retro. What's it called? The replay.
The retro replay.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna
that
re-
collection should come to Switch.
Yeah,
that would be
it's the whole
phenomenal.
thing.
Yeah, just do the whole thing. I want
yeah.
Perfect Dark on my Switch.
Oh,
Yeah,
if they
Gemini.
brought Perfect Dark to Switch,
Because it said replay. It's in the replay
it'd be
collection.
over because they'd be online, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it'd be
that'd be
over.
great. Oh, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. I'm not so sure that'll happen though, because the way that replay package works is it's basically booting up 360 games whenever you hit into one of the games. It'd be a heck of a job to port that.
I mean, if they port each game individually,
That'd be a
I'd
lot of work.
I'd be fine with that. That's true.
I think
too.
there's a
Yeah.
reason why they're bringing Banjo over. I think like all these characters aren't just brought into Smash for no reason. You know,
That's true. They're gonna use. Plus, they're gonna use this to juice sales. They could easily bring those games over and like
yeah.
sell, a lot of copies.
Yeah, it makes sense we don't get Halo Master Chief because that person was never on a Nintendo system. But Banjo, he started there.
Mario's in Minecraft, so
I don't know. Yeah, the way that like Microsoft and Nintendo have been friendly over the past couple of years, I see, Master Chief coming next year with the launch of Halo.
I think all the DLC will be launched by the time that happens. Because all of the DLC will be out by next E3, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Or, right?
Why wouldn't they come out like spring?
I would be more curious to see a Minecraft fighter.
Steve.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the Minecraft stage?
they could just. I would be okay. Yeah, I could actually. They could do the little chickens as assist trophies or something.
Right. Oh gosh. But yeah, the reveal troll is great for Banjo. Start off as the Duck Hunt Planet Prank. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love how K. Rool is just living with Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they're friends now.
He's just like he's like homeless now, so we had to move in with them.
I gotta say, K. Rool is one of my go-tos now. He's perhaps my main. If I had to say a main that I have, is K. Rool.
You always pick the most annoying character.
He's great. He can cannonball you and then suck you up in the vacuum, spit you out. He's got the crown, which is like so you can do the cannonball, then the crown, just have constant bombardment of, it's great. And he's got a nice big belly to flop and hit you. He's a great character. He's wonderful. And he can fly forever. It's wonderful. Yeah. And then I'm looking through my notes. Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming. This was a
Yeah.
big drop at one of the events, not Nintendo's, but this was the
They're coming to
this was the
Switch.
Dreamcast game originally.
I
It was
thought
a
it
dr-
was PlayStation 2.
Fantasy Star Online came to GameCube. I think it was on.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, actually, I have it right next to me.
So the story I have says it'll eventually be on all platforms,
wait.
so probably not at launch.
Fantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 was on GameCube. It was one of the few GameCube games to actually use the modem, or let you use the modem, the broadband modem.
Yeah, I remember that thing. Yeah.
So
People were pretty excited for this. This could be great or just terrible or just like blah.
I think it's cool to have like an online MMO type game, but from what I heard, it's a lot of pay to win type stuff.
Okay. And then something I just had to mention. NBA 2K19 is $3 on the eShop. So I just had to get that one.
Is it worth $3?
It's a good game. It's a good port.
$3 for that game.
$3 at a $60 game, you know.
It would have to be free.
It was funny. So when I downloaded it, I didn't have enough room on my SD card, so it made a recommendation for me to delete NBA 2K18 because that was the next biggest in size game.
Why are those games so big?
They're
why I don't want it.
very beautiful.
It's a stadium.
Athletes.
It's literally a court with like some player assets.
You know,
Have you
they're
ever zoomed into the wood though?
that's some good looking, high quality courts.
There's no reason Mario Odyssey should be like 4 gigs and that game should be like
32 gigs, I think, is what it is. Yeah.
It's like
the same
its
size
own-
as The Witcher 3.
That's true. That's funny.
That's insane.
That is insane. Oh gosh. After complaints, Mario Maker 2, you'll now, after an update, be able to play with your friends online. Thank you for listening, Nintendo.
That's crazy.
Thanks for listening, Nintendo. You're great. But you're crazy for not having that in there originally.
They used to only let you play with your friends, and now they're making it like hard to play with your
It's
friends.
funny. We'll bundle the online with Super Mario Maker 2, but hey, let's not let you play with your friends.
You only play with strangers. You don't.
Yeah. I mean, you could randomly get one of your friends if you're so lucky to be randomly assigned out of the millions of players. Yeah. So that's coming. That's cool. Okay. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay. Let's get to Animal Crossing. The reveal is finally here. We have a name. Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's coming March 20th, 2020. It's a little delay. I'm super excited that we'll be able to use a giant pole to jump across waters.
That's the
Co-
first thing you're excited about.
I'm very excited about that. It'll be like Luke Skywalker in that last movie who's doing the pole thing. Maybe we can go fishing with that pole. I don't know. That seemed cool.
The pole does seem cool, but I'm thinking it's going to be like a limited use item, right? Something that you can buy probably daily from Nooks and only use it.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I like it, yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Furniture outside. That seemed
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. What were you most excited for?
All right, so two things. First, I like the way that it starts. So you just have like it looks like you just go to like this island, and there's not going to be anything there, and you are just like starting from nothing. So you start camping, and then you are like chopping down trees. Looks like you have to get like resources to like craft stuff, which is like very different from the way that the other games start.
Yeah, so there's a whole crafting system, which the old games, you just buy stuff with bells after selling things. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you could like request that things be like built, and it would take like a few days or whatever for it to be built. And then my second thing is now you have like colored people in there. Come
Woo!
on, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's very cool.
I didn't see that. That's cool.
And if you live in Australia, you can actually have the right seasons.
Yep, they
So-
support Southern Hemisphere. Yep.
I can't believe that wasn't a thing until now. What the? Why is that? That's so wild. That wasn't a thing. Yeah, that's cool. It looks like you'll be able to have a crap ton of people in your village.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like everyone just running around, like 8-10 people.
Yeah.
Oh, I
like
know-
8 people in the trailer.
8 people. I know you start off with before you usually move in, there's people already in your village, and this one you start off there's only like 1 or 2 people, I think, and more people don't move in until you like make your island better. Like you have to actually like clean it up and everything for people to actually move in. Which is kind of cool because if you don't like a lot of people, you can keep it trashy and then just keep people away. So it's kind of cool that you kind of you don't have to have a lot of people on your island with you, I guess, if you don't want.
And yeah, that is cool. They did share that Pocket Camp won't really interact with this game, which I'm good with.
Yeah, I didn't play that. So I'm good.
I played like 5 minutes of that, yeah. So
Yeah. What else? It just looked so good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
just looked good.
yeah, it looks. I mean, graphically, it looks really good. I'm super happy that they're kind of sticking with it, but just polishing it up. The art style, it looks great.
Was
This game is gonna take over my whole life.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can now. Yeah, the furniture outside that I think will be pretty big, as
Yeah, I
far
mean,
as like being able to change up your world.
The last game they added all those little I forgot what they called them, but they were a set of things you could put outside. Like they had the giant fountain you could get. You know, they had those things like bridges you could put in places. This is kind of taking that to the next level, just letting you have anything you want outside.
Yeah. Rossetti, there's autosave, so Rossetti won't have a job to do anymore.
He's gonna be in there somewhere.
Yeah, he's.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
I think so. Even if you turn it off, like if you turn it off, like let's say you just hit your home button like right away and then just quit the game, I'm sure that he'll be there the next time.
No, they said
They said
not.
autosave. Yeah.
They said it's always auto saving apparently.
Yeah, I'm curious what Rossetti. He's got to be in there somewhere though.
I still think he'll probably pop up.
In the last game, you could like go underground and find him.
Yeah, I did that once. It's like, what the heck just happened here?
He'll be in there. I hope Porter's not in there. Porter was the monkey that brought you into town, like on the train. Like, there's no train anymore. Porter's gone. No one's upset about that. I like that monkey. But whatever.
I think all the characters will be in there some way. I think they'll just be something different, maybe like a different role for them.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Maybe we take the boat in to somewhere, and then there's like a city, and there's a train. You know,
I do want my singing frog back from the boat. Kappa. Captain. The DJ. Oh man, I'm so excited. I put so many hours into the 3DS version. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Once I saw this trailer, I kind of want to go back. And
Me
start playing
too.
again.
Yeah, me too.
I got like 200 hours in that game, if not more.
I think I had about 300.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. Whew. Yeah, I'm excited. New Horizons, we like the name.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, why not? It doesn't really matter to me. It's all about the game.
last
Can
one, this
can
was
it-
New Horizons. They're both new.
It's true. New Leaf, New Horizons. Can Nintendo detect if you change the time clock? Could Rossetti like yell at you if you change your time clock?
Oh, that'd be cool.
If
don't
I
know.
remember right, in one of them, if you changed the time and then when you changed it back, you went back in your town and there were just weeds everywhere. And so
Like
that was
punish you.
kind of the way that they, tried to punish you.
Yeah. Okay. Any more Animal Crossing stuff?
No, I'm just super excited.
Yeah, March. Let's fast forward.
I feel like they're high.
Yeah.
I feel like they have so much more they're not showing us. You know.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, we just saw a little piece of it. Zelda. It's Zelda time. Okay, so first off, Cadence of Hyrule is now available. I believe it's $25. People seem to like what they've done with this because you're battling, I guess, to the music of Zelda, which seems great. I did not pick this up yet, but seems good. I'll get this eventually.
I've never played any of these games because they're like a series, right? These games.
The original is on sale this week, substantially. Necro Dance of the Necro.
Yeah.
Nancer or something. So that's out. Aaron?
The Necro Dancer.
Yeah, any thoughts on that one?
It looks really cool. I was watching some streams of it today, and it definitely. Sorry, my dog's bark. But it definitely looks like something I would be into. But I just don't know if I want to spend $25 on it.
Yeah, the price is off-putting. 15 is like right now the max I would kind of want for that. So, what I am very excited for is Link's Awakening remake. I've never played the original. This will be my first experience, and this just looks so delightful. September 20th. Yeah, just the art style looks great. Everything looks great about this. I guess it was running a bit poorly at E3 as far as frame rates, so I'm sure they'll fix that up by the time it launches.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're going for 60.
I think that the reason why it was running poorly is because they intend for it to run on the next generation of the Switch, which is supposed to come out. And because, I mean, we have all of these games that are coming out that look like they're more demanding than what the current hardware can meet. And I think that they know that there's going to be like a like another Switch coming out.
Sure, but I would imagine they would optimize it for the current hardware as well because of the install base being what it is.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to release a substandard product for, I don't know.
I don't know. The times are changing. I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, here's the game. It can play on both. It's just we'll play better on this one.
We'll see. If you're in Europe, you get a cool-looking Game Boy Steelbook. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Europe gets all the good stuff.
Yeah, we get some stupid little booklet that.
Yeah, we get an art book.
Yeah, it looks like it's not even
Dude.
great.
Yeah.
It looks.
And then to close out the direct, we got a reveal of what I thought might be the Metroid Prime Trilogy collection, but no, it's Breath of the Wild Part 2. Hey, it's in development, and my guess is early 2021 for this. It's going to be very dark.
I could see this coming out next fall. I could see this coming out next holiday.
You think?
Yeah. They did Majora's Mask in a year, so
Bigger world. I don't know.
yeah, but they've already created the world. All that works out.
I think it's
true.
going to come out next year.
You'd think so? Okay.
Majora's Mask, they had to recreate a whole new world, and they did it in a year
Yeah,
because
they
they
did it.
weren't using Hyrule. This one, they're using the same Hyrule, so
Do you think Animal Crossing got so delayed just because of localization and all that, the text and stuff?
actually, Nintendo said they did delay because they didn't want to put their employees through a big they didn't want to rush them. That's pretty much what they said. So
Yeah,
I think so. Animal Crossing is a lot to localize. Like
the
that is
text. That's a big book.
That's a big game.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd be jazzed if it was 2020, fall 2020.
I could see it. I could see it either way. But honestly,
Yeah.
they've probably been working on this since they finished up the DLC, if not before.
Mhm.
The B team was probably working on the DLC.
But it's only 3 years, if that, right?
That's
That's it. That's all I need. Okay.
that's all.
Let's do
I
it.
don't think
Let's
that's. I
do
think
it.
that's I think 3 years. I mean,
Do you think this will be like? We didn't really have dungeons in the last one. Will this game be like all the dungeons, pretty much?
I think I think it'll be a return to form, like more of like the Zelda that we're used to. At the very end of the trailer, it showed that little cloud of smoke coming up from the castle.
The castle was like launching, right? It was like
I thought too. Yeah.
we're going to space.
Did you see it lit, or did it just look like it was just like starting to?
I think it just looked like it was starting.
what if
Okay.
it's falling into the ground?
It's going up though.
I
Oh,
thought
is
it was
it?
going up, and I thought that this game you might just be stuck on that one island, and that you would kind of just be within the whole castle, and all your dungeons and everything would be contained within there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks good. I guess I was Ganon or some other creature that got awakened.
Zombie Ganon.
I
Wait a
guess
second.
it's like Link went digging and like found like Lord of the Rings Balrog or something.
Why are they down there? So
Yeah, what
why-
are they doing? Just leave it alone. Like,
and there's two of them. It's Link and Zelda. So
yeah,
is it going to be co-op Zelda? Are we going to have some co-op Zelda for the first time? Are you going to be able to play
That'd be
as
interesting.
Zelda?
that'd be interesting. Yeah.
I was
I don't
just thinking about Skyward Sword and about the floating Hyrule, and how that's exactly what was happening here. Like, could this just be like is it a prequel? Is the story going in a loop now?
I wish they would do Skyward Sword for Switch. I still haven't played that. No Wind Waker HD either on Switch. Cowards.
It's cowards.
Yeah. Evidently, Miyamoto, or not Miyamoto, the director, I forget his name, said this sequel is, so the sequel is inspired by Red Dead Redemption 2, which is kind of
What?
interesting
Said that?
comment.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Speaking of interview, Anuma was asked what games the younger staff on his team had been inspired by during development. Something I did hear that a lot of people were playing was Red Dead Redemption 2. So developers have that in mind, but I'm not sure how much to read into that, except for the younger staff in Japan evidently are digging Red Dead Redemption 2. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. And that it's not... It was asked about like Majora's Mask. It's not going to be that. It's going to be dark. It could be darker than Majora's Mask. Who knows?
I hope so. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be very cool. And I think that is...
Bring time travel back. Bring it
Oh,
back.
that'd be cool. I think that's all I got.
Oh, you missed a lot.
Oh, I just pulled up the list of the graphical list here. What else do we miss here?
Let's see. We have
Got Minecraft
Dauntless.
Dungeons.
Dauntless is coming.
Okay.
Mhm.
Dauntless is basically like a Monster Hunter like, except it's like free to play. It's always online. It uses like the Unreal Engine. It looks really good. So I'm assuming, like, I hope that it plays better than Fortnite. That's all I'd say.
Yeah. Is Fire Emblems wasn't talked about in this direct, was it?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, it was. Okay.
They give it a date, I think, July 27th.
Okay. Cool. We have Final Fantasy Remastered 8 coming.
Eight, yeah,
Okay,
remastered,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's coming.
There's a ukulele like sequel,
Wild.
but it's not a sequel. It's like a 2D platformer. It's weird.
Okay.
It's like they didn't know what to do, and they just made something. They made into a platformer.
Looks
I don't know.
Kind of like Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of interested in it because I mean, I do like the characters. So
There were 2 Netflix tie-in things. Is that right? There's Stranger Things 3,
Stranger Things 3, which is a
and then
mobile,
something
a
else.
mobile game, so I don't get too excited about that one.
Yeah.
I like Stranger Things, but I can't get excited about them. I don't think I can get excited.
There
about
was something else though. I
Yeah,
forget
the
what it
Dark
was.
Crystal, which
Dark
is
Crystal.
a
Yeah, what is this?
It's a Jim Henson show, or was
Okay.
a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a
And
movie.
Netflix is turning into a series.
But the game
I-
looks really good. It's like a tactics game.
So they're turning the movie into a series, and they're turning the series into a tactics game on Switch.
And we still don't have the Netflix app for Switch.
No.
We had 2 Netflix tie-ins, but no Netflix.
Do you really? I guess some people do.
Some people do. I mean, you find it handy, right? Grabbing your Switch, moving to the other room, and just docking into the new dock, right? You do that every.
Travel, the Switch is great for like watching like Hulu and stuff. So
Yeah.
What else? Dead by Daylight.
There, the Sinking City, which is some horror game, which looked kind of interesting.
Okay.
You're like in a city that's, I guess, underwater or that has sunken. There's like all sorts of zombies and weird stuff going on.
What the heck is My Friend Pedro?
It just looked kind of like a Castlevania type 2D action game.
Okay. And then Catan is coming out soon.
What's this 5 Dead by Daylight? Does anyone know what
I don't.
I don't really know what it is. Yeah,
I feel like I've heard that a lot, Dead by Daylight.
yeah,
but
I've heard of it a lot. It says it's a okay, so it's a 1v4 multiplayer game. Allows you to choose between being the killer and one of the 4 survivors trying to.
Oh, that could be cool.
Then Overcooked 2 DLC. There's like a horde mode coming. Is that something?
Cool.
And the cowards at EA are not bringing the first good-looking Star Wars game in years to the Switch, which I say they're cowards.
Nah, that game looks intense. Like
I'm excited for that one.
that game, the graphic fidelity is insane. So
Hey, give it to Bethesda; they'll take care of it for them. Anyways, any other stuff? Any other stuff? Mario Maker's next week, guys. We excited for that? Next Friday. It's coming.
Oh man.
You ready to play some Mario Maker?
I kind of want to play it just to play the pre-made levels.
That's typically what I do. Yeah. And it's
feel
like a new
I
Mario.
feel like I haven't played some 2D Mario from Nintendo in a while, so
There's no amiibo support in this one, guys. That seems like a downgrade a little bit.
they could update it later. There's a lot of amiibo to put in there.
Oh, I know. That's why it was so awesome.
Did you see during the Treehouse stream of it, they had this dock that was showing the screen, so that it sat in like basically just slid on the front, and then the screen was still left exposed. I'm not sure if it's like a new dock or if it was some setup for their streaming, but I'm hoping it's a new dock that
doesn't scratch the screen.
Yeah, and that will allow you to still use the touchscreen for Mario Maker.
That'd be such a weird setup. Like unless you're at a desk. If you're at a desk, sure, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein's in July, guys. That's soon. It's pretty soon here.
There's too many games, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's the opposite of Wii U.
Yes.
Yeah. So next Friday we get Crash Team Racing and Mario Maker. And then in July we get Wolfenstein. September's me nuts. Zelda, Daemon, Ex Machina, all sorts of good stuff. Astral Chain. Yeah. And then anything else you guys want to dive into, or? I guess we're getting a new Xbox holiday 2020, and PS5 I'm sure will be that year too.
So, do you guys think that the new Xbox is actually going to be like their future, like, or do you think it's going to be like an Xbox One X? I think it's going to be like a One X type thing where they're still going to have the S and the X and this new thing.
That'd be smart because they'll probably be like a $700 box.
And it's not going to be able to do 8K 120 frames per second. That's just a spec, you know.
I would say 8K or 120 frames a second, unless it's 8K sprites and it's Mario.
Did they say it does 8K at 120?
Yeah, they did.
I think it's just going to be for like
Are they on drugs?
video. I think it's just going to be video in some cases.
Who has an 8K monitor? I mean, let's be real.
They just came out with the first 8K TV, so
For like $20,000. Like, okay, people barely. I mean, people have 4K now, but just barely. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think everything's gonna be backwards compatible for sure. So if you buy this, you'll be able to play all your Xbox One games. And the way games are designed these days, they just scale up and down. So I'd imagine perhaps some games are exclusive to the new platform, but I think there will be a very, very long overlap period, longer than in the last gen for sure.
kind of like the new Switch.
The Wall Street Journal did
sure.
they put out a report, I think like yesterday, saying they think the new Switch is going into production now.
Yeah, I was reading that like this week. Yeah.
I think they said there's going to be a high end. They're going to replace the current one with a higher spec one, and they're going to be a low cost one. Is what they said.
And I also read that they think it's being made outside of China because of all this tariff stuff. So
Interesting.
It's funny, yeah, because it's a Japanese company, but they're still dealing with America and our crazy people.
Yep.
Yeah. Curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, like, Joy-Cons I imagine would be compatible, and I could just maybe wait until they sell refurb systems on their online store and just get that for cheap. Because God knows I do not need more Joy-Cons.
No, but you do need a faster Switch with the bigger screen.
Evidently. A rumor I heard is HD Rumble may not live in this lower cost Switch. They may yank that feature for cost reasons.
I could see the lower cost Switch not even having detachable controllers.
yeah.
Could it still work with the dock though?
Yeah,
right?
it would
Yeah,
still
because you can still pop it in.
Yeah, USB-C would just dock in. but like just a lot smaller built-in controllers.
I'd be curious. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I noticed my first couple scratches on my Switch screen the other week.
I still don't think I have any.
Mine's all scratched up, but only on
I don't notice it
right
unless certain lighting.
side.
Yeah.
That tears up every time I put it in there.
Yeah. So, Aaron, what are you most excited for coming out the next year or so?
Animal Crossing. That's
Yeah.
the number one.
That's it.
Also, I have Final Fantasy 14 coming out in 2 weeks, but that's a little bit different.
I thought
Well, like the new
14.
expansion.
Oh, the expansion. Okay, it's like I didn't hear that. The 7 remastered thing I hear is a thing coming out in March.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I wish there was like it could play on the Switch, but it looks pretty intense.
It's on the Switch.
No, the
14?
7 remastered.
7 remastered will be on Switch, is what I've
Oh,
heard.
really?
Yeah.
What? No way.
No. 7.
There's
The remaster, not the remake, though, right?
I thought I heard the remake.
No, I think it's the
No, I don't
remaster.
think the remake.
I think.
No.
Okay, so you're talking about Final Fantasy 8 remaster? Because
No, I
Final
thought
Fantasy
7. I thought
now.
7 remake was hitting Switch too.
No
No, I don't
way.
think so.
Sure. He's
No,
googling it.
I don't.
I am looking on my DuckDuckGo. Okay, here we go. Remake update. Just 1 second. It is weird that we have Final Fantasy remastered, and then like a year later we're getting like the new one.
It's not coming to the Switch. No.
No, you seeing a negative there?
Yeah.
No, I mean Sony made a pretty big deal of it. I think it's an exclusive to them, right?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
I think
Yeah.
it's coming to PC also. It's
Oh,
just
well,
like
there you go.
PC, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like I should not buy the remastered, and I should just get this remake on PS4 at some point.
It's a PS4 exclusive.
Okay. Hey, I'll get there. We didn't hear Metroid Prime Trilogy. What else didn't we hear? We didn't hear Bayonetta 3. Any other disappointments of like silence?
I don't think we're gonna hear anything about Metroid until next year at E3. They had to start all over on that.
That's why I was hoping Trilogy as like fan service until we wait.
Yeah.
But maybe we get the fan service next year with the Trilogy.
Yeah, maybe next year's E3 will probably be more focused on Metroid 4, and so we'll probably get the trilogy around that time.
Yeah. Anything else missing that you were hoping for?
I was really hoping to hear about those new consoles. I mean, because like in the past couple of months, we've heard a little bit about it, and then with like the overclocking software update, I figured that was like the next step just to kind of tie us over until the new consoles come out. But
I forgot that happened.
yeah. But I think it'll be soon, real soon.
I wish we got 3D World on Switch. That would have been nice as like another remaster.
Yeah, I think I prefer Galaxy remasters. No, honestly, I'm surprised we still haven't gotten Sunshine on Switch.
Yeah, GameCube games. We were promised those back on the Wii U.
Oh, those GameCube games. Oh yes.
And that's another thing. I'm surprised we didn't get Super Nintendo online. Like,
Yeah, there was no talk about the online service really at all.
yeah, and Tetris did so well. Tetris 99. I'm surprised they didn't announce some other free, exclusive online game. I don't know.
Yeah. Overall, were you happy with the direct? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
Other than Animal Crossing, being delayed.
yeah.
It sucks, but I'm fine with. I guess I'd rather be something worth 300 hours of play than not.
Yes, yes. And then there was an announcement about the Star Wars games being re-released, I guess, on PS4, I believe.
What's Star Wars games?
All of them, basically.
Shadow of the Empire.
limited run games. Let me pull it up. I do wish limited run games would work and get Rogue Squadron on Switch. That would be nice. because that is like the best Star Wars.
Well,
game.
they only do the physical versions, right? They still need a publisher to bring the game to the system, right? To port it.
Yeah, they would need that. I forget who's doing that, but yeah. So the collection's being released. The Empire Strikes Back, X-Wing, Rebel Assault 1 and 2, TIE Fighter, Dark Forces, Shadow of the Empire, Jedi Dark Forces 2, Episode 1 Racer, Bounty Hunter, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Racer Revenge, and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. So basically all the games.
Wow.
A lot of them.
Episode 1 Racer?
I love that game, Episode 1 Racer. So good. Got Sebulba with his vents. Oh, man. You got the mode where it can like steer for you and go like a billion miles an hour.
Did you ever
with
play
the
it?
debug mode?
Did you ever play it in the arcade?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Because in the arcade they had those things where you throttled by pulling back, and it was like,
that sounds great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Those were good, but I even enjoyed Revenge. But yeah, the original so good.
I have one here right down the street from my house.
Oh, that's awesome. And I really did enjoy TIE Fighter and X-Wing back on the PC back in the 90s. That was some good times. Yeah. Anyways, why the hell don't we have Rogue Squadron HD yet? That should be a thing.
Because Lucasfilm.
But they're Lucasfilm, the LucasArts is working.
Are they?
They're actually, it's a collaboration with LucasArts on this.
Well.
So maybe they'll be coming back for something. I don't know.
That would be
That'd be cool. That'd be huge.
yeah, exactly.
That'd be huge. Yeah. But anyways, I'm most excited for Jedi Fallen Order this year and next year Animal Crossing. But anyways, John, Animal Crossing, your game of the show, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Animal Crossing, yeah. I guess Link's Awakening would be this year's most excited.
Yeah. And last thing before we close, predictions on what Breath of the Wild 2 will be called. Any hints or thoughts on that?
I don't know what it'll be called, but I think it's going to be in the same vein as, and what I mean by that, I think it's going to be something of the something. Like, they did Breath of the Wild. I think
Fire of the Dungeons.
Fire of the Dungeons. Yeah. Something to kind of not make it on the same kind of like,
Breath of the Dragon.
Yeah, something along the same, but not the same.
Yeah.
I think it would kind of depend on what they're going to do with it. If the game is going to be using the whole world, and we just kind of continue from where, I would be surprised if they just call it Breath of the Wild 2.
Because that name is very popular amongst people.
From a lot of people I know that played this game, this was their first Zelda game. All that they wanted was to see a continuation of Zelda and Link, go on from where they stopped. So
yeah,
it would make sense to just call it 2.
Maybe a subtitle 2 as well. Breath of the Wild 2: Shadows of Ganon. I don't know.
Don't do it like the Dark Crystal. try to read that Dark Crystal title. Hell, it's super long. Hold on, we didn't even go over this whole title. Let me. All right, so it's called The Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Age of Resistance.
Uh-huh.
Come on, that's pretty long.
No, it is Jim Henson's The Dark.
Oh, there you go.
Age of Resistance Tactics.
Oh gosh.
By Netflix.
By Netflix.
Well, with that, Aaron, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Sage Cupo.
Very cool. What about you, John?
I am on Twitter at John Wesley A.
Cool. My handle's TCHATEN. Thanks for tuning in to Club Nintendo. And we'll be back hopefully soon. Bye-bye.